Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. My name is Olivia. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Miguel. Nice to meet you too.
Um, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 48 years old. I'm married with my wife, happily married for about 15 years now. And I'm a businessman.
Okay, 15 years. That's a long time, long marriage.
Yeah.
What kind of business do you do? Where do you work?
I work with Amazon.
Okay, what do you do there?
Um, just have meetings every day, typically, and then every now and then we'll probably travel from city to city.
Okay, I'm sure that's a fun job. You get to see different sceneries every day or close to every day.
Yeah, it's fun.
How long have you worked there?
About 18 years now. So
Okay.
yeah, pretty long time.
Are you still liking it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's been good for a while, but recently it's just things have changed and it's not as enjoyable as it used to be.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? What kind of things have changed for you?
I have to travel for my job, and I've gotten in a car accident recently, and it's just, I'm a little afraid to get into the car and drive, so I haven't been able to, and it's kind of hard to do that with my job, so.
Yeah, so the accident has kind of played a toll on your ability to work.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I'm sure outside of work too, it's impacting you wherever you have to drive.
Yes.
Does your wife drive you and help you out with this fear?
Yeah, she does. I ride with other people, but she's actually the one who encouraged me to come talk to you. She wants me to talk to somebody because I can't talk to her about it, to just open up and hopefully to move on and move past it. So that's why I'm here today, to see what we can do.
So it's hard for you to talk about.
Yes.
About the event of the accident.
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was the accident?
About 4 months ago.
Okay. So I saw before you came in your chart that you have been diagnosed with PTSD since this accident has happened, and like you have a phobia of riding in the cars. So the type of therapy that I do is cognitive processing therapy, which is perfect for people who have PTSD and have experienced some type of traumatic event. And in cognitive processing therapy, it works specifically, like I said, for people who have PTSD. So it's a different type of approach. So we'll just talk about PTSD, the symptoms that you're having. It also involves information processing and cognitive therapy, which will hopefully allow you to change your beliefs and your fears and the stuck feeling that you have now with getting in a car. And it also includes exposure. So we will eventually be exposing you to the car driving to eliminate and reduce the fear that you have now. And then there's also going to be, throughout the 12 sessions of this therapy, different homework assignments that I'll give you in order to help do all those things that I previously said. PTSD, if we start with the education about PTSD, it can impact the thoughts that people have regarding their safety, their trust, their control, their esteem, and their intimacy. So tell me a little bit about what you have personally experienced since this accident.
Well, just from when the accident actually happened, I don't remember a whole lot, but just from when I actually got hit, it felt like an eternity from when it actually happened until I was rushed to the hospital. I mean, I really felt like I was going to die, so just that fear lives inside of me anytime I get into the car. So I have my friends and family drive me anywhere I need to go, and I'm always alert when I'm in the car, looking at every single car that passes by, alert, staring at the traffic, making sure like we're good distance away from the car in front of us, nobody's getting too close to us. And I mean, anytime we stop, I kind of even have the urge to just get out of the car and just not even be in the car because I'm that afraid.
So there's a lot of fear in you still.
Yeah, even just being in the car, not even just driving. It's just that I don't want to have to go through that, like reliving that
right
fear again. It was just,
which is frustrating because you have to use your vehicle or be in a vehicle for not only your job but also to get from point A to point B, something that most people use in their everyday lives. So it sounds like you've just had a lot of, you're on edge every time you're in the car. And have you tried anything, or when you're in the car, are there things that ever help you that you can think of?
I try to distract myself and just, talk with the person I'm with or listen to music. Try not to be like, I know, like, he's a safe driver, the person that I'm with. My wife's a safe driver. Everybody's alert. They know that I'm afraid, so they're extra cautious. But I just don't know the other driver, what they're doing. The person in the car that's in front of me, driving in the other lane, like, that's what's more scary to me than the actual person that I'm driving with.
Right. So it's not only the vehicle you're in you're worried about, it's the others around you. It's just a constant fear and being on edge. So what other things since the accident have you experienced from just the feelings inside the car? Is there anything when you're not physically inside the car driving that this accident has impacted you?
Yeah, it's even like just during the day I have flashbacks to the accident, or when I'm trying to fall asleep it just replays over and over and over in my head, and I try not to think about it, but it's hard when I just close my eyes. I just keep picturing it. Yeah.
Flashbacks. How often does this occur for you?
It was a lot at first. I mean, it's still a lot to this day, but not as much as what I feel like it was when the accident first happened.
Okay, so it's kind of progressively gotten a little bit better. So we're gonna try to work on the exposure part of this therapy, and I'm gonna give you this notebook, and I'm just gonna have you. I know you said that you do not like talking about it, but I think even from what you've said, your wife, which is correct, it's beneficial for you to let those emotions out, process, and change that belief of you are not safe in a car, especially when it's something that you have to do for your job. So I'm going to have you just write out your accident and just relive your accident through paper. And you can do that now. Just take a minute and you can draw or you can write, and just write your experience of the accident, what you can remember. Okay. Well, this is good. I think this is the first step. Writing out your feelings and the actual events of what has caused your trauma and your PTSD is the first step in eventually reducing that fear activation. And then I also want to give you this homework, and it's a challenging belief worksheet, and I'm just going to have you do this between tonight and the next time I see you next week, and I want you to fill it out, and it's just going to have you identify the stuck point and your thoughts on your stuck point of not being able to get in the car and the emotions that are associated with it, and then just discuss the challenging thoughts and the problematic patterns that you've been having, and you'll rate all of these things 0 through 100 on how you're feeling. And the goal of this is each session we'll revisit this, and we'll see if your feelings of improvement, if there has been improvement in your feelings and your stuck point, to eventually, like I said, be able to reduce those fears and have you be able to not only drive with others without fear, but eventually be driving on your own in order to get back to your everyday life and enjoy not only work, but your outside life. So I'm going to give this to you so you can do this.
Thank you.
Between our sessions. And I will see you next Thursday, the same time, and we will revisit this. Does it sound good?
That sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I look forward to it.